Hello and welcome to what may be the final episode of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening with Retro Phoenix 80. In this episode we actually are done with our collection thing, so we don't have to do anything but find the code, which honestly is back in Maybe Village, and we did that earlier in the series. And I actually did write it down. Sorry, I've got to go through all of my notes. Ah, there it is. Because I've been writing some other stuff down, like music and, not music, but different songs that I like, that I've been listening to over the past week. I've got stuff and VIN numbers and whatnot. Getting ready to activate something. I've got a list of parts that I need for my new rig build, which I'm hoping will be coming soon. We need to get to Tall Heights. I don't know why I'm mucking about. That's, I was afraid. I was hoping that was... I was hoping that would burn them, and it did. So I'm happy. Oops. Dungeon 2, if we want to go back to it. Completely unnecessary, but that's an option. Well, we are heading... That's actually the... Well, I don't have the final bottle, but that's the only thing I'm missing. It's time. Alright. This is the finale of the game. This is it. There is no more afterwards. I mean, there is, but it's unimportant. The game will be finalized. And we're inside the Windfish Egg. Dungeon 9. There is absolutely no way to get across that, by the way. None at all. Okay, so if I remember my boss battles right, okay, so this is where all of the here's where all the Easter eggs come in the game, because, and I covered my notes again. Okay, go right, just so you know. Just to prove to you that I've got everything written down, there it is, from like many episodes ago. We've already gone right. Now we need to go up, up, left, 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 up, up, BA start. I know that's not the Konami code, but fall down this thing and engage in final boss battle. I don't think we had a choice. Alright, this boss takes many different forms. Alright. The slime. Like just a common slime. Yeah. I missed. Got him. Okay. This is a throwback to a Link's Awakening, or A Link to the Past. It makes it, because this whole thing is actually a dream. The nightmares are from A Link to the Past. This is Agonist. Damn it. Throw me the orange ball, you piece of shit. There is no way to know which one he's gonna throw until after he throws the damn thing. Okay. Okay, this is getting annoying. Oh, did you? God. Got him. Can't be standing off to the side. That's why I am. Come on. Wasn't wanting to use that. Damn it. In the original game, you could actually tell which ones he was going to throw. I am actually getting quite annoyed right now. Finally. Of course, the Moldorm we know. The first dungeon we met here, and now we're bullied up against the Big G. This is the nightmare of Ganon. Got it. Sorry, I had to consult the manual. Now we're on to the final phase. There. There we go. That was it. Alright, this is the part where I'm going to cut the paste cam out. I'm going to cut the volume because all of this is sequence. So I'll be back after. And that, ladies and gentlemen, whoops. Excuse me. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through this and I'll talk about it. You know, I actually had fun recording this one for you guys. Because this is one of the first Zelda games that actually stuck in my mind back when I was a kid. Yeah, granted that the first Zelda game that I ever played was The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System. But, you know, it really didn't stick. It was a good game, nonetheless. But since that was the only Zelda game aside from Zelda 2, which at the time I really didn't like because it was completely different from the others. And since I didn't have a Super Nintendo at the time, I couldn't play Zelda 3 or Zelda Link to the Past, so I had a Game Boy, and I got this game, the Legend of Zelda, the original one, Link's Awakening. And it took me forever to get through it because at the time we didn't have internet. Of course, me being 30 some odd years old back in the 80s and 90s, since the internet wasn't really widely available until 1995. And even then, you had to make sure that there's the original theme. A toss back to the original. Anyway. Back to what I was saying. This was the first Zelda game that I bought for the Game Boy. Granted that many years later I was actually able to play A Link to the Past through a friend of mine, which I actually enjoyed. But it wasn't until after I beat the original. I never played the DX version until I actually got a hold of the copy through a book broker type thing, you know, buy here, trade here type thing, buy, sell, trade type of bookstore, electronic store, which at the time was called, I believe, the Book Broker, in a local town, southern Indiana, in Evansville, and I managed to get the game there. At the time, I did have a Game Boy Color, but this was actually in 2000, so I finally got to see the camera mode and the color dungeon. Beat it in about a week. Yeah. So really, when Nintendo announced that they were releasing a new Zelda game for the Switch, aside from Breath of the Wild, I was ecstatic. Yes, I do have Breath of the Wild. Yes, I do plan on playing it for the channel. But that's going to be much later. I was excited about this because I wanted to see how well it stacked up to the original. And I was not disappointed. Not at all. This game brought back so many memories. despite the fact that it's completely revamped, it's actually stayed as close to the original as possible. And for that, I am happy. It is actually the first remake that I will 100% recommend that you play if you want nostalgia, or if you're brand new to the series. This game is a must buy. So with that, there are several others who played through this. I actually bought this on day one just so I could play it. Well, I bought it pre-ordered it the week before it came out, actually. And I am so glad that I did. So there is a second quest to this, and there is a secret ending which involves no deaths. Let's see, as you can see through my playthrough, I've actually got more hearts, and I managed to get the Koholint sword. Yes. Why is it not saving? Okay. There we go. There's two ways to get to the second game. One is by just going in here and starting a new game in hero mode. But in the original, you would type in the name Zelda to start the second quest and to get the new music. There are a bunch of Easter eggs in this game, special with the new music. You gotta insert names. There are 3 names you can insert to get different music. There's a secret ending if you can manage to get through the game without dying. I've only seen it once, so yeah. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Thank you for joining me in this journey through Koholint, through the dream of the windfish. And once again, thank you for starting and finishing this with me. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Later.